Hi, parents. I wanted to send a quick, kind of, I want to send a quick message out. Sorry, I was like playing with my volume. I got all, distracted. I wanted to send a quick message out to talk about, some of you might be hearing about my behavior system, cubes. For my kindergarten families, this will sound very familiar to you. And for my new families, I'm so excited to explain it to you. My last 2 years in kindergarten, I used the behavior system using like math cubes. And then this year, with COVID, I just didn't know how to do this effectively without having kids share and share the cubes and just do it in a way that, was sanitary, and I couldn't have them getting up and leaving their desks. So I didn't have time to really I couldn't figure out any options how to do this in a, way that would follow the guidelines at the beginning of the year. And now that the guidelines have, not totally, but they've loosened a little, now I'm able to, I was like sitting here the other day and I'm like, I really miss the cubes. The kids loved them. It was a good way for me to kind of gauge behavior and correct behavior. And it was a good way for them to kind of have something that they were working for, and kind of hold themselves accountable. And I really missed that, component. So each day, each child in here starts off with 5 cubes. They look just like this in a tower. They sit in their supply box. They can earn cubes for doing things like above and beyond, doing fantastic work. If they're doing something that they're really working on, like staying on task, and they stayed on task and they got something done in the allotted time. Sometimes the giving of cubes can kind of change for every kid based on, what they're working on and their needs. And then, doing something nice for somebody else, using nice words, maybe a really thoughtful answer to a question that I asked, are all ways to earn cubes. They can lose cubes if they're doing not okay first grade choices, inappropriate choices, making bad decisions, doing something unsafe, saying something mean, doing something after they've been asked not to do that, talking over me or over somebody else, talking to friends when learning's not going on, not paying attention. And I always give a warning unless it's an unsafe, completely unacceptable choice. I always give a warning, next time I'm going to take a cube. And then I'll take one. And I'm usually really quick to give them back if they've corrected that behavior, because I want to reinforce, if you correct your behavior, I reward you, right? Because that's what we want them to do, is then change their behavior and make a better choice. So if they get 3 or less at the end of the day, so this is a whole day thing that they're working for. At the end of the day, we count. If they get less than 3, 3, 2, 1, or 0, then they miss their choice time, which is a very motivating time for them, because they get to pick anything within my, guided choices that they want to do. And so losing choice time to them is very, very, very sad. If they get over 5, so 5 or above, so if they get 4 and 5, they get their choice time, they had a good day. If they get 5, if they get 6, 7, 8, if they get above 5 over their day, I found these punch cards at the very beginning of the year, I think at Target. And I was like, how am I going to use these? I think they're cute. Then they can get a punch, which is really just me marking a Sharpie. They all have their own name on this because I didn't want any, taking other kids. So they get a punch if they get above 5 for that day. And then if they get 10 total punches, then I have like a little prize bin that they can go in and get a prize. And I've stacked it up with like pens, pencils, erasers, all the things that they kind of like. They're into pencil grips lately, erasable pens. So kind of all school supply type things, I guess, that they love. And I just have a little, bin, and they can pick something. I pull it out for them. I give it to them. And then they'll start a new punch card. So I had a feeling some of them were maybe going to come home today and talk about like, I got so many cubes or whatever. And this is normally something that I talk about on curriculum night. But since I wasn't doing it this year and I just couldn't find a way to follow the guidelines doing this, I didn't talk about it on curriculum night. So now I've brought it back, just as a kind of a way to end the school year and really kind of help them to start to hold themselves accountable for making good choices as, learners, because that's kind of a next level in maturity. And a second grader, and I'm trying to transfer them off as second graders, which is very emotional and sad for me. I feel like this class, I've bonded with all my classes, and I love all my classes, but this class I've really, really bonded with because we're kind of just together all the time. We're in here all the time. And some of these little guys I've had since kindergarten. I have them 2 years. So definitely this is going to be a very emotional class for me to say goodbye to. And I think likewise for them as well. They're as a class on this like mission trying to convince me to move to second grade and be a second grade teacher, which I find incredibly cute and humbling. That they would want me again. But I keep telling them, don't get your hopes up. I'm staying in first grade. And you will have a wonderful second grade teacher and the best time ever. So again, thank you for listening to this video about behavior cubes. I just wanted you guys to kind of know what your child was talking about if they came home and talked about them. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. It looked like it was going to be warm. Enjoy the warm weather. And let me know if you have any questions. Bye.